Welcome to another episode of Silk Sessions After Hours Unfiltered. I'm your girl, Mimi Michelle, your hairstylist, your author, and your podcaster. Now, I want you to get involved. I want you to ask questions. I want you to leave your comments, and I want you to subscribe to the channel. Right now, I want you to stop what you're doing, and I want you to click that subscribe button. Come on. Do it, baby. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Silk Sessions. And I'm Mimi Michelle. And I want you to subscribe to my channel because that's the thing to do. See, we have a good time over here with everybody. Yeah. Anyway, so as you can see, it's daytime. I did not feel well last night. I was tired. I'm still getting over this crud. I don't believe that I'm contagious. I'm just tired. Yesterday, all I had to eat because my throat was a little sore was ice cream, and it was good to me. That's why today we're not having a cocktail for conversation. Well, it's not a cocktail, it's just some iced tea. Iced tea with a whole lot of lemon in it. And that's the way I like it. It's so much lemon in it, it's cloudy. But it's delicious. And I'm going to tell y'all a little secret. I got a little pineapple juice in there too. But anyway, me mob, I missed y'all and I'm back to business, baby. I know you might not be like, it ain't 1 o'clock. That's all right. I'm going to post. I'm going to post it today. It might not be at 1, but it's going to get posted today. So if you miss your lunch break special, don't worry about it. You can watch it when you get home. All right, let me talk about this one thing. Worst ex ever. Okay, I know I told y'all I watched that the other day when I was down just watching a bunch of documentaries and stuff. But I want to really get into this one particular episode that kind of threw me off. I don't remember the young lady's name, but I do remember the man she chose. When she met him, he said his name was Steven, but his name was Wade. He said Steven was his middle name. So this nice young lady, she wasn't that bad looking, but she didn't think she was good looking when she met him. She was in her 20s. I think she was maybe 24, 26. Let's say that's the range, okay? And she met him online. Now, before she met him, she was wrestling alligators. Stay with me. She was in the zoo working with wild animals, and then she met him. She loved animals. She loved dogs or whatever. Stay with me. All this is very important. So she meets this guy online and she believes she's being catfished because he is so attractive. And he decides he wants to meet her. Now, let's park the car. When you meet a guy, and this is coming from a 54-year-old woman, when you meet a guy, learn to listen. Don't talk so much. Okay? Okay? Okay. Because sometimes when you're meeting the right guy, you want to know all the things about him. A guy normally gives, or a person, period, only gives their representative from 30 days, if they can make it 30 days, to a good old 90 days. Then you start seeing who the person really is. And if you be quiet and you listen, you start to hear the person, even if the representative is still showing up. Okay? So a lot of times, especially younger women, they talk too much. They tell everything. They start just throwing up. Oh, I really didn't think I was that great. I had this crazy dad, da 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 da. And truth of the matter is, if it's the wrong guy, he's using that information to use it against you later. Let's carry on. So she meets this guy. She thinks she's being catfished. And then they go out on a date and she is mesmerized because it's really true. He's 6'5", he has dimples, he's gorgeous, and he was gorgeous. He had a nice deep voice. And my thing, sidebar, why do you have to be so evil? Because he was evil. And you're that attractive, you can have any woman you want. But I digressed. So he meets her. Not only is he meeting her, but he's meeting other girls too online. So now First red flag. He told her that him and his roommate got into an altercation and he didn't have anywhere to stay. And she said, "Oh, don't worry about it. You can stay with me," because her head is in the clouds and she really likes this guy. And she believes that he really likes her too. His family even likes him. His family couldn't even judge. And she said this is what got her. "My animals even loved him." Because the truth of the matter is, animals can tell when this is not a good person. But anyway, I digress. He even had the animals food. So she comes home one day and she wants to edit some photos. And she cannot find her laptop. Well, he then took the laptop and pawned it. Talking about he needed some money. And at first he lied about it. Okay, that was your cue. Like, bruh, I know you needed some money, but you can't be taking my ish. You got to go. You got to get out. But no, she was like, she went and got her laptop and they still was dating. He's taking her car, going to train in the park because he's a personal trainer. But all the while, he's in the park going on dates with this other girl he met like a month later. He's telling this girl, "I have everything in my life but a good woman." He's telling her that the girl car he has is his roommate's car. Okay, let's carry on because the lies are building. Now, you're dating another person, you done stole my laptop, but this is where if the laptop didn't kick you out, this definitely should have. So she has a friend who's a little younger than them, 18, come over to stay. She don't have nowhere to go, so she's letting this is my real hair and it's getting on my nerves. But I'm thankful for it because a lot of people still don't have their real hair. Carry on. So the girl moves in. They're talking about these puppies, like these expensive puppies that another friend of hers had that he's going to sell. The boyfriend, Wade, let me back it up. So you know how she found out his name was Wade? Because she thought she met a man named Steven. It's when he stole the laptop. And when he pawned it, because he finally said, "Well, yeah, I pawned it because I needed some money." So Wade, she found out his name was Wade because he had to use his ID or driver's license to pawn the laptop. So they moved a friend in. They talking about these dogs. They look like little pit bulls, right? Something massive. That's the kind of dogs they were. She comes home from work and the friend and Wade have went to the man's kennel and stole his new puppies. Talking about, "We gonna sell these." Takes pictures. She was like, "You can't do that." Takes pictures of the puppies on her sofa. The other friend sees the ad, recognizes her sofa, and calls the police. And you know what Wade tells her? "If you don't say you took them, I'm gonna kill your dogs." I would have been at the police station like this. "Look, he said if I didn't say that I was going to take them." This is when you're digmatized. This is when you don't think much of yourself, so you just go with it. Because once he stole the laptop, I know I'm moving around, but it's going to all make sense. Once he stole the laptop, she did some research on him and found out he was a felon. And he had a lot of cases on him. That should have been your cue to get him out. But she was scared. I would have went to the police and I'd have been like, "Hey, he threatened to kill my dogs. If I didn't say I stole these dogs, let me tell you what happened. If you're not going to use your white woman power, that was the time." Okay. So she gets locked up. When she gets out, Wade and the so-called friend has robbed her blind and moved out. Now, this might be the only thing we talk about today. This is where it gets strange. While he's gone, He calls her a few months later. I miss you. He says he starts using cocaine while he's gone. He been using cocaine all the while. To me, that's what I'm thinking. And she picks him up and he's trying to pop open this pen because he want to smoke the cocaine in her car. It's getting foggy to me, so let's just get to not the good part. She says, you got to go. I can't. I think she said you got to go or something like that. No, she said you need to go to a rehab. That's what happened. And he said, oh, I have a friend who said he will get me into a rehab. So she said, okay, I need to drive you to the Keys, Florida Keys. So she was like, well, we don't have any money. She's like, by this point, he's drained me dry. Whew. So they go to the Florida Keys and he starts to wig out. He beats her in the car, okay? Cuts her, throws her in the back seat, cuts her bra, her sports bra, and ties her down. Can't say the R word. Ties her up, SAs her in the car, then covers her up with dirty clothes. Now, I know I'm supposed to be thinking, oh my God, he's hurting her. But my mind as a black woman is like, why do you have enough dirty clothes in the backseat of your car to where he's able to cover you up? But I digressed. So the reason, now he said he's going to a friend to get him into rehab. But the truth of the matter is the other girl that he was meeting in the park has moved to the Florida Keys and he's going to stay with her. So he has her drive him, or he drives. Her eyes are black, all of this. Then she was like, oh, he made a stop, sold her cell phone for $50 and drove the rest of the way. She has no money, she has no phone. And the other girl was like, well, they said they're roommates. So she don't ask no questions. She said he made her not look at look forward because he don't want the other girl to see the black eyes and stuff. She goes back, and I'm going to cut a whole chunk of stuff out. But she drives back. She says she's driving 120 miles per hour. She goes to her parents' house. Her mom makes her go to the police station to file a police report. She files the police report. They show all of these pictures of how she looks. And do you know what the detective does? When they call him in, the detective tells him what to say because he didn't believe the girl with all the bruises, with all the cuts, with everything. He let that man go. He told him, he said, do you want to take a lie detector test? Wade says no, and he says okay. And he swabbed Wade, but he never filed it. So Wade ends up living in the Keys. The girl is free. The girl gets a phone call from her friend. Says, hey, you know Wade is dating one of my coworkers now. To my who? Oh, one of our old co-workers. And she was like, who? It was a guy. Okay, that was his new relationship. So let's start with this. So now he's living with the girl in Florida with her sister. The two sisters get into it and kick them out. But Wade can't go to where she's going. So that's when Wade starts fooling with the guy at the carnival. Wade's working at the pizza stand. I hope I'm just really doing this. So then Wade says, let's make this Facebook official. Now, they are all on Facebook, but they're not really doing nothing to make them look like they are a couple. Wade's so big, the other young man is so small. So they go to a bar. So the young man stays in a RV. He is about 19, I think. So he said, I'm going to take my RV and I'm going to go see my mom. We can stay at my mom's. So now this is where it gets a little wonky and weird to me. The young man that works at the carnival and Wade and his mom and some friends, they all go out to a bar. Okay. When I was 19, I never went anywhere with my mom like that. My mom said she couldn't see herself partying with her kids ever, no, never. But anyway, so Wade says to him, hey, let's get some party time stuff. Y'all know what I mean. I don't want to say the words. So he was like, cool, I'll call a guy. I know somebody. He said, I don't know what he gave us. Maybe it was bath salt or something. Wade wakes up in the middle of the night, standing over him with a knife. The little young boy says, it angered me. He said it angered me. So we started fighting. He goes to slice my chest, but I put my hand up. He sliced my hand, and we're fighting, and we're fighting, and we're fighting. And then finally, he said, Wade just left. He said he took him some Tylenol PM, crawled under the table, and went to sleep. So the sister comes the next day, and Wade went to the sister, and they calmed down. And I guess Wade didn't know if he hurt him or whatever. So he was like, I didn't call the police. I mean, nobody died. But what I will say, and here's another thing. These people are way too trusting, knowing people for days and letting them move into their house. Wade knew he ain't had nowhere to go, so he was like, I digress. Let me rewind the tape. So when he saw him at the pizza stand, he left his number on a napkin. Once Wade realized, like a couple of days later, that he didn't have anywhere to go, Wade was like, I'm going to need your number again. And then he was like, me and my roommate, the same scenario. Me and my roommate got into it, and I don't have anywhere to go. He said, well, you can sleep on my couch. First of all, I don't want strange spirits in my house. I'll be like, okay, so y'all know I do hair from home. I have my suite. It's made up just like my suite at where I used to work. You have to know a client of mine. So if she's crazy, I got somebody to blame. Okay? Let's carry on. So he was like, oh, I don't need to sleep on your couch. He was like, well, where you want to sleep? So you know where that went. That's how they became an item. So after all that, the young man says, hey, you know, if we're going to be together, you can't smoke, you can't drink, we can't do any of this. And then eventually one day, Wade leaves. He leaves. Now, I want to fast forward to the very end because it's a lot in between. The first girl, she made a whole page. Once the detective didn't do his job, it was like, hey, my name is such and such. I was dating this guy. Here he is. If you know him, stay away from him. If you meet him on a dating site, stay away from him. And Wade's father contacts her. Now, Wade's father had him when he was like 14 years old. And they gave Wade up for adoption. And he was like, man, Wade is a lot. Okay, so Wade ends up meeting a new girl. And it wasn't long before Wade just started putting the bust down on her. And so her friends saw this girl's page, reached out to her and was like, hey, we've been trying to tell her to leave him. She was like, you better tell her to leave him because he is unraveling. The girl was like, no, I love him. I know he beats me, but I wanted to work out. So fast forward, the new girlfriend, some of their friends, Wade, they all go to this bar. Well, when the bar closes, the friends, they don't want to stop kicking it. So she said Wade says he wants to go to the G house. I mean the D house. Sorry, you decipher what D stands for. And she said I don't want to go to the D house. So Wade and the people left, but Wade didn't know how to drive a stick, so he had to take somebody with him, and he never showed back up. Well, long story short, Wade unalived the person he was with, a random chick that was walking down the street and was getting ready to unalive her. And then he broke into a house. He said he was going to unalive the people in the house, but they weren't there, and that's where he was hiding out. Now, I say all of this to say, y'all got to stop being so damn trusting, okay? You know, we as black people, and I know there's some slow black people, but we got these antennas, and we be like, nah, And if we ain't saying, nah, our friends are saying, nah, girl, no, that ain't right, nope, nope. And then we got these mamas that know, or these daddies or aunties like, girl, that nickel nuts, nope. And here's the thing, if the detective would have done his job, that could have put a halt to all that. Wade would have been in a special place. Now, let me tell you something. When Wade finally goes to court and gets locked up, do you know women are still trying to hit on him because he's attractive? Do you know women, and he had calls coming in every day. They had made GoFundMe for this crazy MF. And you can't tell me the world ain't unbalanced. Now, this was 22 minutes. I didn't even do my other segment. I'll save that for tomorrow. I will do an episode on Friday for the other things because y'all got to go watch. It's called Worst Ex Ever. And today, I'm going to watch The Worst Roommate Ever. It's on Netflix. And y'all, stop being so trusting. Every episode, I was thinking, it was like just letting random people come into their businesses. Did this one girl, she was on I think it was the last episode. She opened up this restaurant in New York, a Jamaican restaurant. She was West Indies. And this guy walks in and he said he worked for NYPD. He was like, your cameras are not set up right. All along, he was a hustler. He was an informant. He didn't work for the people. And set her up, and she spent like 200 days in jail behind this foolishness because she wanted to break up. And because he graped her. And when she reported him, he set her up. Well, I'll talk to y'all about that one next week. All right, I love you. This is your girl, Mimi Michelle, and I should be feeling a whole lot better because I'm moving around a lot more. I should be feeling a little bit better in a couple of days. But love you guys, and I'm about to put some extensions in because this is a lot of work. All right, 2 fingers.